Hey, my name's shawnshawn. I sell art on shawnshawn.co. Today we're going to react to graffiti artist Goke. So let's look at his first channel. He has an Instagram link off the top. A little bit of his art on the top, but it's not exactly clear. The focus is on the railroad tracks versus the art. So I'm not sure that adds that much having the railroad. Unless you're about railroad, I would just focus in on the art. It can have the background obviously, but you want the focus to be clearer on the art. But I do like having the art as a top. You have him painting is kind of the subscribe. You might want to have maybe just a letter or something, because if you're going to hide your name or your face, then there's no point. But if you aren't going to hide your face, then you might want to use a letter. But if you are using your face, then just show your face, I think is the best way. So he has uploads, shorts, and then he has some of his feature, which is fellow graffiti artists he obviously likes to follow. Let's go to the first video. This one is called The Secret Rider 5 Biggest Graffiti Name Exchange. So he's blurred himself out. So he is going with a kind of anonymous look.
Hello, and welcome to another video. It's me, voiceover Goke. So welcome to round number 5 of The Secret
A little
Rider.
loud there.
Before we start, these are the colors today, and now let's find out which name I've drawn.
So I like the start of kind of covering up the last graffiti, because a lot of graffiti is like that. You don't really, even though someone might have a great piece, it's been up there a while, you're like, screw that, I'm putting up my piece now. So it's always constantly like destroying art on top of it, because that's just the nature of graffiti. It's interesting here, it's gray, but then from the farther back it's black, so I don't know why that is. A little strange. So he's time-lapsed it a little bit, so I go faster, which is good. So kind of a mix of time-lapse and real time. Let's skip ahead a little bit here, guys. I like that background a lot with the purple, it's really good. Got this funky green thing on the side. I like the letter style, they're very exaggerated, so it's really fun. They're not necessarily in proportion, which is kind of cool.
This is it for today. If you liked it, give this video a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, then subscribe.
Alright, skip ahead here. I don't know, there's another piece, or I guess it's another piece. So what I recommend, if it's a second piece, I would just do it piece by piece. Each video, you probably just want one piece and the next piece. You don't want to combine them, I think. If you want to do like a combination video where it's just kind of showing the art as it goes, that's cool. But, or like Sofless where he does a massive warehouse. It's all in one location, so you have the warehouse location. But here it's like, seems like he's starting a new one. And I mean, it looks like, I don't know, maybe he isn't, but let's keep going. No, it's the same one. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. So it's nice he's left that rough, it looks like, maybe. Which some artists do. Not sure why you need to do that, but oh, he's sharpening that little corner. That's kind of cool. Wow, it's a really tight controller. He does it really sharp like that. That's really hard to get those really tight cutoffs like that. I wonder if he's going to clean that with light blue again. We'll see. So skip ahead till the end here, guys. Wow. Really cool use of colors. It's a little bit kind of crazy way he's moving the camera really fast like that. Might want to do that a little slower, but Goke. That's kind of a cool way to end. Oh, this is nice. Yeah, very, very cool. Very advanced writing. So stop there, guys. This one is called Goke's 2021 Graffiti Rewind. So if you don't know, there's this famous thing on YouTube where they used to do a thing called Rewind. YouTube would try to put the best creators of the year into one video. It's kind of like a refresh. But the problem is there's such a quantity of creators that they couldn't really get everyone and it feeds to everyone. People would be like, who's this creator from Korea? Who's this from Saudi Arabia? Who's this one from Canada? I don't know this topic, you know, so it was just kind of all over the place. So probably what they should have done is what he's done. In a sense, he just focused it narrowly on graffiti, do a narrow focused on, say, stunts. You could do another one focused on gaming. If you focus it that way, you might still have a little bit of breadth and be able to do it. But an overall rewind just isn't possible now because the quantity of creators is so large. So let's get this started. What is this doing? Oh, so this is just his own work, I think. But pretty cool. He's killing it. Uh-oh, what happened this year? I don't know. COVID.
First, there was the graffiti block throwing challenge.
Let's kind of throw some actual video in there versus just showing pictures of the graffiti. Oh, so there's a time limit on this. Maybe 5 minutes, I don't know. Throwies is kind of what you started as a graffiti artist. I'm not very impressed with it, but it's very important to learn how to do.
Vegan graffiti thing. It started with Fuzzy's comment.
Sehr gute Arbeit, mein kitschiger Freund. Das nächste Mal konnte G-Dog Broccoli als Pinsel verwenden.
I downloaded the broccoli brush set.
This guy's such a dork, kind of. Oh, he's painting with a broccoli. That's not going to work out, dude. I don't know why you bother, but it's kind of funny.
I made a name exchange with Bex.
All right, let's skip ahead a little bit. It's kind of fun, though.
Hier sind noch. Die machen ja so einen Heckmeck raus.
Das war das, was ich gerade noch sagen wollte. Wenn du
Im Weg gestellt, sorry.
This dude over there from the graffiti block.
I got that on camera.
All right, let's skip ahead a little bit, guys. This is nice. The speed. Oh, look at this tunnel. Has been hit like hell.
Then I had to paint the last minute piece for my brother from an UK mother.
It's interesting because Germany is much more tolerant to graffiti. I think because it was so related to West Berlin versus East Berlin kind of thing. East Berlin people get killed for any kind of graffiti. So in the West, it was obviously the opposite of that. And also they had, obviously, from the 30s, 40s, so
I already gave a hint.
the tolerance to graffiti is more like a reaction to probably what happened in the 30s, 40s, where they probably didn't have any tolerance under the Nazis, so...
My name is Chuck, and this is Goke's 4th Secret Rider video.
Okay, we did Chuck before, so let's see what this is about. I like the detail shots where they kind of follow the hand with the GoPro on top of their head, so you get a real feel for how they paint. It's a little bit too close because you can't really follow it.
So many big names.
All right, we know that one. So let's skip that. Uh-oh. Halloween! Ah! This is pretty cool. It's always a little risky to put music like this because you can get it. You can have a copyright strike, and so if you do too many copyright strikes, you actually could lose your whole YouTube channel. So it's only smart to put very small clips of music that's popular like this. I just use free free music. It's smarter, I think, way to work. You can do Epidemic Sound, Google Music makes their own stuff. It's not as cool, but it's very risky to do music like this where you know you can recognize it.
I also did some pieces for my subscribers, and I will do it next year again. So keep your eyes open if I ask for your names in one of my videos.
Oh, very cool. All right, let's go to the next video. This is called Graffiti on a Budget, Chrome, and Leftovers.
Moin. So it's nearly end of the month, and end of the month is graffiti on a budget time. So we go with these leftover chromes for fill-in and all these other colors for outlines. Oh, and some white for highlights. So
Basically just reusing all the paint.
Hey, it's me again, VoiceOver Goke. If you want more graffiti on a budget videos, give this video a thumbs up.
Oh my god, it's so loud. Like, it's supposed to be cranked because I have this like volume 2, so if you had this full volume, you'd be like, ah. You gotta have some cool music though to go to graffiti, you know, so that's always important. But it's interesting too because it's more jazzier than say the New York style. I think the New York style would be more rougher because you have the police more aggressively after you. And Germany tends to be kind of more chill in the music. It's not, their form of hip hop is a little different. It's basically white hip hop with German. So it's more chill and kind of jazzier feel to it. So let's see, let's skip ahead a little bit here, guys. It's got a little fat cap to tiny cap. It's kind of cool with all these various colors, you know. I used to paint like this when I started. Usually I wouldn't recommend, it's better to do kind of limited palette usually when you paint. But I think with graffiti they're way more tolerant of a wide range of colors. I mean the real thing is if it looks cool or not, you know. Like look how tight that finishes, that's amazing. Like a little tiny point from a wig wide one, it's like wow. Like that's really hard to get that control. That takes a lot of practice to get to that level. I think he's running out there. Oh no, he still got some. Let's skip ahead here a little, guys. So I think it'd be nice to have a little bit more voiceover to kind of follow through, but a lot of times I think with graffiti they don't really do a voiceover because it's just graffiti artists don't do a voiceover per se. It's really all about the art, not necessarily training people how to do it. It's a really nice accent there, the dark to light. And they constantly switch the caps, that's very common. You always spray it out. But I think he's switched to a fatter cap so he can cover it faster. Get some really trippy music. Oh, he has a little bit of voiceover. Let's skip ahead a little bit to the finish, guys. It's pretty nice for using just leftover, where you're kind of using the paint until you run out. Very, very cool skills. It's a little risky to paint it with leftover paint because you can just run out of the paint and then you're kind of like, you can see it's kind of like maybe not ideally how you do it, but it's very, very cool, I think. Okay, so that's the end of the videos. Okay, maybe there was 2 videos playing at once. I probably screwed up the whole sound for this anyway. But he just has an Instagram. So I mean, I guess with graffiti you can't really do your own website, but it doesn't make sense because you could lose Instagram at once. I just lost my Twitter account. I used to be on MySpace, that's gone now too. So those social media evolve about what's popular. TikTok's now new. I mean, a lot of them will probably stick around, like Facebook, Instagram seem pretty solid right now, but you never know what could happen. So it's always good to have your own website. So this is reference back to his YouTube channel. Because on your website, you could do kind of your own custom video layout from YouTube where you put your videos. You could do your own product section where you sell maybe t-shirts, maybe cans, painted cans, or other artwork that's kind of more fine art. Because it's always smart to do fine art beyond graffiti. I mean, it looks cool to stick with graffiti as far as hardcore graffiti artists. They always, they kind of screw with people that kind of transition out of graffiti and they make fun of them. But it's like, at some point at the end of the day, you got to make money with it. And if you're not making money with it, you're doing it on the night and you're not really, it becomes harder if you got a family and everything. Like if you're not making money with it from a fine art perspective, you're probably not going to be painting much. That's kind of what happened with the guy that went up against Banksy. I can't think of his name right now, but he was famous in the 80s, 90s, and then he dropped off the face of the planet. And then he came back and kind of had this big standoff with Banksy over, art, and then someone clubbed him in the middle of the night, so who knows what happened to him. But all right, I probably got to end my video there. But yeah, I would recommend doing definitely your own website. I think that's smarter because you could always, channel your own shop and everything. But again, you're doing illegal graffiti, so it's a little bit risky. But I mean, they can trace you down through Instagram, so I don't think it's that much of a risk, to be honest. But anyway, that's my take on Goke. Hopefully you guys like it. Give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe, you can subscribe below. And I'll see you on the next artist reaction.